Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Naam is the central philosophy of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. It is a vast topic, and understanding it will make the meanings of Gurbani very clear. Nearly every Shabad talks about Naam. Some Shabads talk about the greatness of Naam. Some talk about the relationship of Naam with God. Some talk about the glory of those who recite Naam, and still others speak about the spiritual experiences that happen when we recite Naam. There are also a lot of different interpretations of what Naam exactly is and what it means to connect with Naam, and still further opinions on what is the actual correct way to recite Naam. Some people say that repeating Naam is a waste of time, and others say that repeating Naam again and again is the highest path to God recommended by Gurbani. When we put all opinions aside and rely only on the Bani of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, then the answers to these questions will become very clear. This is what we will try to do in these series. Answer as many questions as possible on Naam from the perspective of Gurbani alone and no other source. The Gurus wanted us to talk about Naam. Guruji says, Koi kar gal sunave har Naam ki. If anyone speaks on the topic of Naam, so lagge gur sikha man mitha. It seems so sweet to the mind of Gursikhs. Guruji also makes it clear, Nanak keh kar Keval Naam. In the house of Guru Nanak, there is Naam and only Naam. In the vast Bani of Sukhmani Sahib, which spans 35 pages in Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, the central idea or rahau is just 2 lines. Sukhmani, Sukh Amrit Prabh Naam, the pearl of peace is God's immortal name, Bhagat Janake Man Bisram, and it comes to dwell in the minds of the devotees. Naam is the central idea of all of Sukhmani Sahib. If we put in the time to properly understand Naam, then we are fulfilling the Guru's vision. We will start with the question, what does Naam literally mean? Naam means name. Just as water is known by many names by different languages and cultures, God is known by many names depending on the language and culture. Gurbani does not discriminate against any language or any culture. Many names of God prevalent in other religions are used in Gurbani, including names from a Hindu background such as Ram, Gobind, Har, or Narayan, and names from a Muslim background such as Allah, Khuda, Parvedigar, or Sai. This is why Gurbani is called Sarab Sanji, or universal. To understand further, we should try to understand the difference between Karam Naam and Gurmat Naam. God has infinite names which speak about specific characteristics. These are called Karam Naam, such as eternal or Sada, omnipotent or omnipresent, Samrat, Sarvvyapak, omniscient or Antarjami, kind and merciful or Kirpal, Dayal, divine spirit, enlightener. In reality, God does not have any specific name, and his true name is beyond description and eternal. The action names of God are described all throughout Gurbani. These concepts are explained through the verse, Kirtam Naam Kathe Tere Jehba. With my tongue, I chant the names given to you, the names ascribed to you, or the action names. Sat Naam Tera Para Purbala. But Satnam is your perfect primal name, the name that existed before there was anybody to describe God, the eternal name. In Jap Sahib, Guru Gobind Singh Ji says that God's names are infinite and vast, but through God's grace, we can describe some of his action names. Tab Sarab Naam, Kathay Kavan, Karam Naam, Barnat Sumat. And he describes many of these in Jap Sahib. Another type of Naam in Gurbani other than Karam Naam is Gurmat Naam. Gurmat Naam is the specific name of God that is recited for spiritual progress, or the Gurmantar. This is given to the Sikh at the time of initiation, or Khande Dipal. This Gurmat Naam is the embodiment of all of God's virtues, and reciting it leads to spiritual progress. Other words for Gurmat Naam are Shabad or Gurmantar. This is the specific name of God that is prescribed for recitation in a spiritual tradition. For Sikhs, this name of God is Vaheguru. In other traditions, it could be Ram, Gobind, Allah. Whatever name we recite, it is a collection of all of God's virtues. Guruji says, Gunanidhan Har Nama. God's name is a treasure, a collection of all of God's virtues, Jap Puran Hoy Kama. By reciting it, all affairs are resolved. In Nitnem, Guruji says, Gurmat Naam, Mera Pran Sakhai. Gurmat Naam, or the Gurmantar, is my life support. Har Kirat Hamri Rehras. And God's praises and contemplation of virtues are my way of life. Being initiated in the recitation of God's name is an important part of the Sikh tradition. This is a question that's often asked. If we already believe in the teachings of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, what is the meaning of getting initiated? Why is it important? Gurbani teaches us that it is important to become formally initiated because this is when we receive the Gur Mantar from the Satguru. The 5 Sikhs who represent the Satguru formally teach us how to recite God's name and have the authority to bestow the Gur Mantar. Gurbani tells us the importance of receiving the Gur Mantar. Gur Mantar hinas jo prani, trigant janam prashtane. The Sikh who lacks the Gur Mantar doesn't achieve the spiritual mission of his life. We often associate Khande Di Pahul with the outer symbols of Sikhi, but it also has a deeper spiritual purpose, receiving Gurmat Naam. So Naam can be either Karam Naam, names that describe an attribute of God, or Gurmat Naam, the name of God that is used as a Gur Mantar, which contains all attributes of God. Ultimately, Sat Naam, God's true eternal name, is the wordless, transcendent experience of God's presence, which is beyond any description. Hearing Karam Naam through Gurbani and meditating on the Gur Mantar can connect us with Naam, God's eternal presence within.